Hey, what's up, everybody? Truth Seeker here. I'm just doing a follow-up video. A lot of people don't know exactly what's really, been happening with Pfizer and why Trump is doing what he's doing now. Like, a lot of people are actually scratching their head because they're so confused. Honestly, I don't know if people understand how government politics actually works. But literally, almost the majority of everybody in the Senate, look at Eric Swallow right here, Eric Swallows well, with Fang Fang. Everybody that's a Congress member or a senator is usually a part of some blackmail scheme. That's usually how everything actually works the whole entire time. So if you think a normal person would come up to the legislator and say, we need to legalize children having sex, do you think that's a normal person actually asking or requesting for that? No, it isn't. That's someone that's been blackmailed. And they have no choice to do that, or else they're going to die. A lot of people actually just seen it with the Hortman case recently. When you look at the Hortmans, for example, I can go ahead and pull that up. It's sad. A lot of people don't understand how this shit actually works. So, literally, she was murdered because she voted no for helping illegal immigrants. She voted no for giving them funding. And this was her last spoken words, and you could hear the fear and the tremble of her voice.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
And literally just hours later after this vote, her husband, and her dog was gunned down. I'm going to play it back one more time so you could hear her words and how you could hear the fear in her voice right here.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
DFL Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman emotional following the House's adjournment from a special session Monday. Hortman was the lone DFL lawmaker to cast a vote to cut Minnesota Care access for undocumented immigrants. It's a move she made with a heavy heart.
I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
The bill was deeply unpopular with members of the DFL caucus. Members have repeatedly expressed frustration that the bill was part of a compromise, one that would ensure the necessary GOP votes to pass the rest of the state budget.
Literally, right after that vote, she, her husband, and her dog got murdered. They were gunned down by this jackass wearing a mask, pretending to be a police officer. He pulled up into their driveway in a fake police vehicle, wearing this outfit, that mask. They thought it was a cop. They opened the door, and the guy immediately just started firing on them. A lot of people don't understand that that's how and why so many things are actually really happening with our Congress and everything else. It's not normal for them to want drag queen story hour in a school. This is literally because everything is being ran by fear. Every one of them has someone threatening them and their families if they don't do as ordered or follow what they're told. And that's what's happening. That's literally what's happening. And I've seen the same thing happen to Nancy Schaefer, I think her name was. Let me pull that one up here really quick. All right, here it is right here. So, she literally says that the Department of Children and Family Services is purposely being misused to abduct children. And I know what she's talking about too, because I've been investigating Pizzagate and everything else. So I know how these high elites have orders for certain types of things that they want and stuff like that. And this is easily being manipulated. DCFS, Department of Children and Family Services, is easily being used to pick these children, cherry pick these children that these high elites want. And they use it any excuse to take them away from the families. And this Senator Nancy was actually trying to expose it. And look what happened.
Former State Senator Nancy Schaefer and her husband Bruce were found dead today.
I'm convinced without a shadow of a doubt that the parents across this country need to be warned of the dangers of the Child Protective Services nationwide.
Tonight, GBI crime scene investigators are at her Northeast Georgia home.
Department of Child Protective Services has become a protected empire.
They're searching for clues that might tell them
It's built on taking children and separating families.
what led to the sudden and violent deaths of Miss Schaefer and her husband.
A family is going to have to be destroyed in order for the one world government to completely develop.
Preliminarily, it looks to be a murder-suicide.
Children are being taken away from their parents in a ruthless kind of behavior. How do you tame Child Protective Services? It may be only by closing it completely and starting over at the beginning.
What a screwed up world we live in, right? So a lot of people don't understand this. And so when people come into these positions of power in DC, a lot of them have no clue what they're actually walking into. A lot of them were clueless to what's actually happening. They thought everything that they heard was just rumors and gossip. But then they find out it's actually all true. And now your voice, your opinion doesn't even matter anymore. And that's what we are seeing. That's what we've been seeing actually for a long time. It's been happening for so long that now they're actually trying to ridicule anybody that's pointing it out. Anybody that's trying to point this shit out about all these people having blackmail on them and everything gets ridiculed. But we know exactly what's really going on the whole entire time. And until people start realizing it, look at this. Oh, for fuck's sakes. How dumb are you fuckers that believe this bullshit? I think it's kind of obvious why any normal person all of a sudden gets this position of power, and then you see them transform into something you have never seen that person do ever before, and now all of a sudden they're agreeing with evil, and they're allowing drag queen story hour, and they're allowing the age of consent for a child to be lowered to in between the age of 10 years old and 12. You should know that there's a blackmail or a threat or something going on here. I don't see how people haven't came to that conclusion yet. To me, it's common sense. And so when I seen Cash Patel and Dan Bongino step in from before what they said they was going to do with the Epstein stuff, and then boom, here they are, and they said all of a sudden there is no Epstein list anymore. The only thing that could do that is a threat on your life or your family. That's literally what we're witnessing right now.